Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father God, we thank you for this beautiful summer day you've given us. We thank you for all the blessings you give to us each and every day. Thank you for the safety you provide our employees each and every day. And we also thank you for giving them safety each and every day. Just ask that you bless this meeting tonight, and I even pray. Okay, we have a quorum. First item on our agenda is any comments by citizens, I guess, before we get to the agenda. Hearing none as usual. Move on to the business meeting. And that first item, of course, is the approval of our minutes from August 25th meeting.
I'll make a motion. We approve the August 25th meeting minutes as presented.
Okay, we have a motion by Ron. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The next item is approval of the claims and payroll.
Make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Curtis to approve claims and payroll. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Rod. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, the next item is a unloading and loading zone request on behalf of Ecca. And what I sent out to you was just a sample of what the signage could look like based on discussion with the two gals at Ecca and also members of our workforce. And this could, I mean, it's open for discussion. It can vary from this. My thoughts were that if we decide on something tonight, that Dave could prepare an ordinance for our meeting on September 22nd, and it can go forward accordingly. I did have a conversation with Justin just to make sure that he was aware of the request, and his one thought was that after he thought about it a while, his one thought was maybe whether we'd entertain just having a sign that says 15-minute parking, from the standpoint that he has people that carry out and go in and get food. So, you know, that was his only thought. He's not
15 minutes at all times or during those hours?
I don't know. I mean, he's open after those hours. He just said 15-minute parking. That's all he said. He didn't say anything about hours. So
I would still
I don't
favor
think this
making
is,
sure that we're keeping the spot open for Ecca during their hours.
And I think
So
that,
I would favor the no parking over that.
yeah, well, that was just a thought he had.
I think when the Salvation Army truck comes to pick up their excess, I don't think 15 minutes would take care of the time it would take to load up the truck. It's just, I don't believe that would be enough.
I would assume there would be latitude for people that are actually using it for loading or unloading, but
I would hope so.
we're restricting the hours, and I mean, the hours are pretty much off of restaurant hour times anyhow.
Well, I guess I'll just throw this out, not to say that me and Justin talked, because we didn't. But I was noticing the other day when I was walking the dogs, I was noticing the 15-minute parking that we approved for the Berne Witness recently. And I don't usually see people parked there. I mean, so we've already kind of set that precedent. So I was just thinking to myself, could we do the same thing? And we could even maybe do 15-minute parking in these hours. My concern is parking downtown is a premium already, and we're taking a spot and basically saying, other than Ecca, that's the only people that can use it. I understand their dilemma and I'm all for supporting their needs, but I was just trying to figure out if there's a better mousetrap for everyone downtown. I'm thinking of someone, whether it's Justin, someone can't find a parking spot uptown. They've got an order at Sports Forum or Nora Gray and they just want to park and run in and get it and come out. If they do it with the no parking, they're breaking the law and they're probably feeling bad themselves that they're doing it, but they might do it anyways. But again, I can see both sides of the coin.
I just think it's one spot, and during the hours where that business relies on voluntary donations, to have a spot where they don't have to double park and leave their four ways going in the line of traffic. I mean, I would envision there's times when two people are there at the same time that want a spot and don't have it. I'm not afraid of designating that spot during the business hours.
Another thought I had was that we did vote to remove the parking spaces on the other side of the street so that Justin could have his outdoor dining. So, that took some available parking out there.
That's true.
This would mean that there, if I'm remembering right, there'd now be 3 parking spaces on that first half of the block, one being handicapped. Is that right?
Yeah, one handicap, 2 more
And
parking spots, and
plus this one.
then this one is a no parking.
Which many hours,
Which means it's not a parking space.
which many hours that you could park in it. The off hours, you could still park in it.
Correct.
What hours does the business have today? 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or
10 to 5.
10 to 5? Okay, 10 to 5.
Did we have, did the city have a goal? So I know there's a handicap parking space, at least one on Jefferson on the south side. There's one on Fulton. Is there one on Hendricks? I mean, was there a plan about handicap parking? How frequently we need them and that kind of thing?
I'm not sure if there's one on Hendricks now, for
I mean,
sure.
if we do downtown streetscaping, that'll all be.
I think there's one over
taken.
by there was one over at the library at one time, I thought. But I'm not sure if there's still one
I'm
on Hendricks Street or not.
hoping we'd have a parking study as a part of.
I don't remember one off the top of my head on Hendricks or Sprunger.
I don't think so either.
Is there one on Sprunger?
Down by the block north of us.
Yeah.
I think there's one there right on the edge.
On Jefferson? Yeah,
On Jefferson,
On-
not
on
Sprunger,
Sprunger.
not over by the
Oh,
library,
No,
yeah.
but there's one on Jefferson.
right by the alley, or south of the alley.
I'd be willing to offer a lawyer motion if that's appropriate at this time. A motion to instruct our attorney to draw up an ordinance according to the signs presented.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes 3-1.
Oh, who voted no? Well, okay, I'm the head down, I didn't see it.
Okay, next item on the agenda is a 2026 budget proposal. Calla?
So I sent everybody my spreadsheet. I'm gonna go over it, and just list out the bigger changes, between the 2 years. So in the left column is the 2025 current budget, and then the middle column is the proposed with the change on the change on the right. So the mayor and the clerk treasurer, there wasn't anything besides that, salary increase with the ordinance that we passed. So on page 2 is the common council, in the general fund budget. And the biggest increases here, the top 6 or 5 are dealing with the salary ordinances and taxes. the sixth one down is the group health insurance. We just increased that about 20% every year, just because we don't know our policy renews in December. So they can only get us quotes not 60 days before that. So we don't really have an idea of what the rates will be for 2026. So we just inflate that enough to hopefully offset what the health insurance quotes come in at. We are this year looking at a few other options than what we currently have, but nothing, we haven't gotten any quotes back yet on that. So under contractual services, these items are pretty much the same. The increase was Reboot, our IT company, is included in that contractual. And this year they have presented us with, instead of right now, we're paying an hourly rate on every time we call them, every time we have software updates, we pay them an hourly rate. And they have, I think for all of their businesses that they do work for, they are offering more of a flat monthly rate based on how many workstations that you have. So that increase is due to that Reboot. And then insurance is
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Contractual services, that whole amount is Reboot?
No, so the increase is Reboot.
That's
So
what I mean.
yeah.
That's pretty significant. I'm sorry.
It is.
Now, I think they did, when we discussed, they have added more cyber protection into that. And just for example, we've had 2 email spams just in the last week sent in. So I think that increases, and they thought with adding that cyber protection, it could help offset our insurance costs also. Am I forgetting anything there?
I think it's an increase, but we feel like it's worth it based on things that we've heard with ransomware and anything with cyber. It's not a good day when that happens.
That's for sure.
Right.
And I think
They are rolling out a different support model where they're trying to do things more remote access, so that there's more equipment that you have to have for them to be able to log in at any moment of the day if there is some sort of ransomware situation. So I know the Boys and Girls Club went through this with them last year, and we were like their pilot. So I guess I didn't remember that they were going to be doing this, but that makes sense.
And then the equipment increased, and that is due to we're looking at redoing the flooring. And Mayor, can you help me? When was this flooring last replaced? I think it's the original.
I think it was in 94.
But there's issues with it coming up in the, tripping issues and other.
Are you looking at redoing the entire building? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You mean City Hall you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then the law and the police are on the next page. The law has not really changed. Police, their equipment went down this year. Last year, they were repairing a door, which got fixed this year, and some laptops. So we decreased that. Their big expense, they are going to be redoing some things structural in their basement area, and that's, you'll see in a different fund later on. But that's why I decreased that, because most of their repairs equipment is gonna be coming off of a different fund and not in the general fund. And then the next page is the fire. Really, there's not much changes to the fire. I increased just supplies and repair and maintenance, and utilities just with our rate increases, but, supplies just a slight increase due to price increases along that aspect. And then, the next page, sanitation. There's not really anything large that sticks out to me, for those changes, just inflated for repair and maintenance labor cost. The garbage trucks are always having repairs. Not cheap. The park and rec is the next page. So you will see contractual services decrease, but that was due to last year we had the American Structure Point in Commonwealth. So I just brought that back down to where we have been in the past due to not having those expenses. The equipment.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
So we won't need them next year if the park plan progresses, once they get everything completed that they're doing this year, is that correct?
Well, we already paid for it.
So there won't be additional work they'll
No,
need to do?
They'll
is my
still,
question.
well, they're still gonna do the work that we paid for, but
Ah.
not anything additional.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
The large increase here is under the equipment account. We have always allocated 25 for the park and then 20 for the pool. So we left those the same, but the park truck is needing replaced. It is in pretty bad shape. And they like to replace those every 10 years, and that truck is over that lifespan. Any questions on any of that?
Just for the record, noting that our overtime pay situation is still under review. We've indicated that the salaries and overtime is budgeted at the standing amounts plus the percentage, with the likelihood of actual amount modified later according to any new policy that might be generated.
Yeah, so this was prepared on the current policy.
Right.
Yeah. So our general budget came in totaling $2,851,710, which was an increase of $150,350 compared to last year. And that's on that next page. The following page after that is the street budget. So this budget really decreased, and it mainly due to the community crossing grant. Last year, it was a match of 25%, and you could get up to $1.5 million. This year, the match has been decreased to 20%, which is great, but it is only $1 million that they are offering. So that is why that under that contractual services, that decrease was because of that community crossing. The equipment account is for a truck that needs replaced that has hit the 10-year life. And so this in the street budget, that has come to $952,000, which is a decrease of $90,800 compared to last year. So total general fund, which is the general and the street, which is where we get property taxes from, the two combined is an increase of $59,550 compared to last year.
Yeah, well, what's the 70,000 allocated contractual services under the street department?
So that is, that can only be used for resurfacing. It's basically, some of the funds is marked as restricted and can only be used, it can't include engineering or anything like that. So it's part of the CCMG match. Okay, and then that last page are the other budgeted funds. So local road and street fund, the budget stayed the same, and that covers our crack and seal and sidewalk repairs. Cumulative capital improvements, that is the same budget as the year before, and 35,000. And that budget or that fund can be used for like building improvements. So we don't have anything planned for that fund, but we budgeted in case anything arises that we would need some improvements done. The same with the cumulative capital development is more used for capital purchases such as vehicles, equipment purchases needed. And so we've budgeted 100,000. Nothing is planned for that fund, but just in case something arises. The police pension fund, that's just based off the first class patrolman. And so that's what that increase is because of wages. The rainy day fund, we allocated 50,000 again to be spent out of the rainy day fund. And then the Lloyd Public Safety, this is where the increase for the police that I discussed about the remodel, that is included in that equipment account for the remodel of the police station. So that is what that large increase of 53,000 is for.
Kelly, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
For the $50,000 in the rainy day fund, what is that earmarked for?
So it's not earmarked for anything, it's just so that it's just appropriated so we can spend it if necessary.
What kind of things might that be spent
It's
on?
really like,
Something that's not budgeted elsewhere.
Anything that's not budgeted elsewhere, basically.
Emergency.
yeah, it's more used for like an emergency fund.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if there's anything specific.
No,
Okay,
it's not earmarked.
okay, thank you.
And then I'm looking under miscellaneous increase of 5,000. So the Christmas lights are paid out of that fund. In the past, the Berne Community Development Corporation has had a contract to pay up until a certain point, and now we are at the point that the city is going to take back over paying for those Christmas lights. So that's what that increase was for. And then we increased the new construction under that seated 20,000, which we're gonna allocate towards the sidewalk fund to help extend sidewalks around Berne. Does anybody have any questions?
So on sidewalks, so we have the sidewalk matching program, and then we've also set aside funds for bigger sidewalk projects like the one going out east to the gas station.
So
on the east.
this fund would be the bigger sidewalk projects.
And so that's 150,000 could be potentially used for projects next year of that sort.
Yeah.
We have, 20,000 for ADA ramps as needed, and then 130 for sidewalks, yes.
And then the matching funds, where are those at?
So the 25,000 under transfers, so we transferred 25,000 from the seated into the sidewalk matching program.
Okay.
And those are paid out of the street fund.
Okay, gotcha.
Back to page 1, general fund, mayor, clerk, treasurer salaries. That's a percentage, and then the other percentages get allocated across the departments, I assume.
Yep.
Very nice job,
Yeah,
Cal.
So the only other thing I was gonna say is our estimated max levy is 1,987,660. I listed up here so you guys. we're advertising 80,000 over. That's just how Gwen explained to me, that we wanna, budget over and they can always decrease it then. But so we are going after the max levy. And then I also listed the budget timeline, so pre-adoption hopefully on September 22nd, public hearing, and then the final adoption would be October 14th. And then it just has to be submitted to Gateway on November 1st.
Okay. Anything else?
I think we need a motion to add, so that I can advertise for it.
To advertise it.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion, by Ron to advertise. Is there a second? Second. Second by Curtis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thanks, Cal. Attorney comments? None. Clerk treasurer comments?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Under mayor comments, most of you probably know this, but if you don't, County Road 700 South is open. So people have been using that quite a bit. They still need to do landscaping or land restoration, but looks good. So council comments.
Is there expected to be a traffic light at that intersection at some point, or is that not decided yet?
We don't know anything.
I
It's been asked for a couple times and it's been
I
turned
was
down.
assuming it was part of this project.
No, it's not.
Hey, Rod, at the county commission meeting 2 weeks ago, Brad Yoder of the state highway department said there haven't been enough fatalities there to meet the state's guideline. That sounds kind of brutal,
Crazy.
but there's a guideline they have to go by how many people are killed or injured, and it doesn't meet the standard right now.
It's just so busy
Yeah.
at certain times of the
What
day.
he said.
Kids.
We're hoping that the sidewalk extension to 27 may
Prompt some
prompt some
consideration.
raise. Yeah,
The way that it was widened at the intersection.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like it.
When might that
calls for it.
project start, Mr. Mayor, the sidewalk project?
this fall.
Fall?
I mean, part of it's already in. It's the second part.
Second part, okay.
Needs to be put in yet, so.
Alrighty.
Okay, if there's no other comments, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, apparently this.